Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Jean-Pierre Prébilloire from Rome speaking. I am the administrator of Ballet International. Today, I'm going to talk about a topic that has never been opened, never been mentioned. In ballet, you always see ballet dancers on stage. You see dancers in the ballet studio. You see the orchestra playing, the orchestra pit. You see the orchestra conductor while he's conducting the orchestra. And this topic concerns a little bit everybody, but not only the field of art, all human beings. So you will wonder, you will say, but what is the topic? What is he talking about? But I'm referring to ballet dancers. Ballet dancers are very vulnerable with the stomach. I don't say that they are sick. No, they are not sick. But they have a sort of anxious type of life. As we say in French, ils sont sur le qui-vive. They are always in alert, which means that during ballet class, during ballet rehearsals, during performance, they are always under pressure. And this sometimes affects the digestion. It depends what they eat. It depends how they sleep, if they sleep well or not. It depends on many, many things. So it may happen that sometimes dancers don't feel well during class. So usually if you take all dancers, each one of them, they will tell you, I eat this and that, and they have their own menu, and they are used to eat their own food, their own type of food. Not all dancers eat the same thing. For instance, sometimes you have some ballerinas who during lunchtime, they eat only an apple, fruit with a yogurt, and they drink a cup of tea, and this is it until the dinner. And maybe at dinner, they have a rice salad, and it stops there. You have other dancers who may have go they might go to lunch and eat a little piece of meat with some salad, and this is it. But often it may happen that dancers are tempted to eat a little bit more. So it may happen that or they fall sick with the stomach and with the intestine, and or sometimes they have a bad digestion, which means they have flatulence, they have air in the stomach. So sometimes it becomes very unpleasant because, you know, if you take a toothpaste, you know, the tube of the toothpaste, the intestine is like a tube of toothpaste. So when you do movements at the bar or in the center, it stimulates the stomach and the intestine. So let's take the comic way Sometimes you may have sounds like this one, which is nice. It's not shocking. Or you may have other type of sound that the stomach makes like a gargoyle sound, which sounds like this. And you have the unpleasant sound, which comes always as a surprise, which is and this becomes dangerous. Now, if it happens that you are in a dressing room with other people that you are, you know, it happens. When it happens, it happens, you know. Sometimes you have so much air in your stomach that it must come out from somewhere. So when little technical hitches like this happens, uh, you only say the only thing that you can do in the dressing room is say, "Sorry, people, I have a lot of air," and people will understand. But it may happen while you are doing ballet class, or if you do yoga, or if you do postural gym, or if you do floor bar. And this is more embarrassing because what are you going to say in front of the teacher? What are you going to say in front of the people? So all depends of the teacher also, because the teacher must be able to not, you know, you must take it as a little accident that happens to everyone. I mean, we are human beings and we all have these problems. So if you eat boiled potatoes with artichokes, or you make the Italian minestrone, and then you go after 1 hour, 2 hours, that your stomach starts digesting all this, and you do a ballet class, you will have this type of problem. But if you have a light meal, so you give the opportunity to not have air in your stomach. So imagine that if you are doing demi-plié and one, demi-plié and two, grand plié, down, demi-plié, return. And then you do a penché, and here you start squeezing your stomach, and unpleasant technical hitches start working. Or worst, if you are full of air and you do demi-plié in the center work with small allegro, you will have some problems. Now, of course, when you do that and you are in a ballet studio, you can excuse yourself in front of everyone and you will say, "I'm sorry, people, but today I'm not feeling well with my stomach and I have this." Otherwise, you always have the alternative to say to the teacher, "I have received a urgent phone call. I must go out to the class," and you run away from the class with a mobile, simulating that you are having you go out, and then you'll come back. So you are a little bit like a camouflage of the situation. But if it happens during class, then It happens. But the worst is when it happens when you're on stage, which is different. So you cannot say to the audience, oh, sorry, people, I'm going inside the wings. I have a little problem, and then I will come back sooner or later and I will do my variation. So imagine if the bluebird is doing his variation and he has been eating a minestrone with boiled potatoes and with artichokes and with all the salad, onions with garlic and with red pepper, paprika, and everything. You can imagine that stomach, how it's going to be and how it's going to sound, in the diagonal of a bluebird. So you must take care of what you are eating. I have experienced that, and it was very embarrassing when I was doing class because sometimes I was really feeling ashamed of myself if that happened. And it happened once or twice, maybe. But it happens. It happens, especially if you are, recovering from an intestinal flu. Because unfortunately, the intestinal flu put you down, completely down, mentally and physically. Sometimes with the intestinal flu, you have to lay in bed and rest because you have the intestine who ache, your stomach who ache. You want to vomit and sometimes you can't vomit. But if you vomit, you feel better. So you have to drink a lot of black tea with no sugar and a lot of liquids and rest. And this is the only medicament, the only medicine that you can do unless the doctor gives you antibiotics. But you cannot eat. You can eat only boiled rice with a little bit of oil and a little bit of lemon. This is it. But when you start doing class after the intestinal flu, you have to go to moderate yourself. And you have to say that to the teacher because the teacher will never know what you are really having. You will say, yes, I had the flu, but he doesn't know really what is your health uh, state. So you have to tell him. So whenever you have some technical, you have to take care. So I wanted to talk about this, and don't feel shocked because this is something that happens to everyone. So it happened to dancers, it can happen to the orchestra. Imagine the orchestra players with the violin, but they are more lucky than the dancers because the orchestra sound is so strong that will cover the. So thank you again for watching this video, and there will be other video to come. Bye bye.